Hello, welcome to Chapter 19, Part 2, Bootstrap Navbar Component, brought to you by Ankpro Technologies. My name is Harish. In this session, we are going to learn how to build a Bootstrap Navbar component. Right now, let us understand that very clearly. Keep in mind, Bootstrap Navbar component is useful for creating a responsive navigation header for a website. I repeat, Bootstrap Navbar component is useful for creating a responsive navigation header for a website. In the sense, on the large screen devices like laptop and desktops, the navigation bar appears horizontally as shown below. You can observe here, this is a nav bar. I'm having like 4 items in it: home, about, contact and products, and also a submit form. Okay, now on the large screens it appears horizontally, but coming to the small screens like mobiles and tablets, we don't have enough space to display the navbar horizontally, so the navbar collapses to a button. You can observe here, I'm having a button. The navbar collapses to a button. On clicking of the button, the navbar expands vertically. Okay, I repeat, on clicking of the button, the navbar expands vertically. This is on small screens. So how to build this type of navbar which is responsive on the small screens as well as large screen also? It's very simple. Now let me jump to my Visual Studio and let me start coding there. So let me take a nav tag. Okay, to this nav tag I need to add some of the classes. The classes include, okay, navbar, okay, then navbar default. Okay, and now let me show you something else in the presentation. Okay, I have a button here. Okay, I need to create this button first, so let me go and do that. What I'll do is button, and to this button I need to add some of the classes, and I need to add the class first. Let me add a type telling like button, and the class is navbar toggle, and after that I need to set the attribute telling like data toggle is equal to collapse. Okay, now you can observe in the presentation this button is having 3 lines in it. How to get that? It's very simple. We need to take a span element. To that span element I need to add a class called icon bar. Okay, this icon bar is going to give me a line within a button. So let me copy and paste it thrice, because in this button what I've taken, I'm having 3 lines, so I'm copying it for 3 times. If you need it for 4 times, you need to copy it once more. That's it. Okay, now we are having this button. Now what I'll do is I'll place this button inside a div. Okay, and to that div I'll add a class called nav header. Okay, I'll cut and paste this button inside that div, and to this div let me add a class called navbar header. Okay, now I'm done with this. Okay, now let me push this page to the browser. Let me see how it renders there. It brings me a button on the small screen, but on large screen it does not appear. Let me show you that. Okay, this is on the last screen, we don't have any button, but as soon as I minimize to a small screen, you can observe I'm getting a button and 3 lines also. Okay, and now on click on that it should show me the nav bar, but currently we did not add any items to that nav bar, so it's not showing. And now when I click on that, it should show the list of navbar items. So how do I do that? First let me go and add these items. What are these items? Home, about, contact and products, and also a form. So in order to do that, what should I do is I should take a div element. To that div element I need to add a class. The classes includes navbar collapse, collapse, and also I need to add one more class called collapse. Okay, and now inside that what should I do is I should get that items: home, about, contact and products. So I'll take an ordered list. To that unordered list let me add a class called nav and navbar. Okay, now I'm done with that. So what I'll do is my next objective is I need to add that item. So I'll take a list within that anchor tag. So I'll add like home, Control C. I need to add 4 items, so I'll copy and paste thrice: home, about, and this is contact. and this is products. Okay, and now this is products. Now let me add the form also to this. How do I add the form? It's very simple. After this UL, I need to take a form tag. To that form tag, I need to add a class called navbar form. Okay, and inside this I need to take a div. To that div, let me add a class called form group. Okay, inside that I need to take a input element, and the type is text, and the type includes text, and the class, let me add a class called form control to it. We have learned these controls earlier in our when we learned the forms. And let me add a placeholder telling like this is of type search. Search. Okay, now once I'm done with that, what I need to do is I need to add one button at the last. In the sense, right now I've added this search and I need to add this button. Let me go and do that. What I need to do is I need to add one button. The button is of type button itself, and let me add the button classes which we learned in earlier sessions. Button default. Okay, and let me type what that button should do. Control S. Okay, and to this navbar, let me add something like navbar okay, I need to add one class. That class is navbar right, or let me take it as left itself so that it looks good. Okay, and this is how the form looks. Now let me go back and let me refresh. Okay, now what we have is we have like this home, about, contacts, but it should display in a single line. I don't know why it's displaying like this. Let me go back and let me check what's problem with this. Okay, now what we have done is navbar header, and we have added this perfectly, and navbar collapse. Okay, fine, and this is navbar. Okay, I have to change, this is not only a navbar, I have to add like nav to it, navbar nav. Let me go back and refresh. You can observe, okay, this is navbar which is having like 4 items, 1 2 3 4, and this is search. Okay, and this is submit. But let me jump back to presentation. This submit search, it is at to the right. So what I need to do is I have to come here and I have to tell like this form should be at the right. So let me go and do that. Control S and again refresh. Now this search form form is at the right side as expected, as seen in the presentation. Now let me minimize it to the mobile screen. Let me see when I click on this nav button, it should expand all these items present here vertically. So let me go and do that, and now let me refresh this page. Let me bring it to mobile size. You can observe on click of this, it is not expanding the items vertically. So what is the problem? The problem is we have to add few things here. Like here I need to set a ID, because on click of this button these things should get executed. So what I need is I need one ID. ID is main menu, and here let me add one attribute telling like data target. Okay, that is hash ID. In the sense, data target, when I click on this button, this div should get executed. So I'm giving ID to that. In the sense, on click of this button, this div which is having this ID will get executed. So let me add main menu. I should add here, not there. Control V, Control S, Control Fi. Now this is on the large screen, it's displaying horizontally, but when I reduce it into mobile screen, we're getting a button here. You can observe on click of that it should display the navbar items vertically, and as it is doing that. Okay, and that's what we learned in this session, like how to build an responsive navbar. Okay, I hope you understood this. We learned like how to build a Bootstrap navbar component, okay, for creating a responsive navigation header for a website. And this navbar what we created, it's opening in the mobile site as well as on the larger screens also, so it's called as a responsive navbar. Now let me jump back to presentation. We have some of the other classes present here. Let me show you that also. Okay, we have one class called navbar-inverse. It is used to change the look of a navbar by creating an inverted variation of it. So let me go and add a class called navbar-inverse to the main parent class. Navbar inverse, control S. Let me go back and let me refresh. You can observe the look of this navbar changed. Why? Because we added this class called navbar inverse. Okay, and coming to the next second one, navbar-fixed-top creates a navbar that is fixed on the top of the page. Right now you can observe. So in order to understand that, what I need to do is I need to take a div. To that div I need to add a class called container, and inside that class let me take 12 paragraphs. To that 12 paragraphs let me add a lorem content. Okay, now you can observe I'm having some content here. In this container I'm having a data. So what I'll do is control S, and coming back here let me refresh this page. You can observe we are getting some content, but when I scroll this page, navbar is also moving upside, you can observe. But my intention is I want to fix this navbar fixed. Okay, it should not move. So how do I do that? It's very simple. We need to add one class to the main parent element, that is navbar fixed at the top, not at the bottom, at the top. Now when I do a refresh, you can observe the navbar is fixed, it's not moving. Okay, that's the advantage of using this navbar. What I'll do is let me copy and paste it again. Control S. Let me minimize it. Okay. Okay, you can observe we're having so much of data, but as of now the navbar is fixed because we added this class navbar-fixed-top to my nav tag present at the top, that is a parent element. So this is the advantage of using this navbar-fixed-top. Similarly, we have another one class, that is navbar-fixed-bottom. It fixes the navbar to the bottom of the page. How do I do that? It's very simple. Now let me remove this top and let me add bottom. Control S. Coming back, you can observe the navbar is fixed at the bottom. Okay, this is what the advantage of using these classes, and we also learned like how to build a responsive navbar, and we also saw a beautiful demo. And finally, thank you for listening. Have a great day. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel Ankpro Training. You can also like our Facebook page visiting these URLs. You can also follow us on Twitter. For further references you can refer our websites, and we are on LinkedIn too. And again, last but not the least, please don't forget to give the feedback. Thank you.